Welcome back to English Forest. You wake up tired. You drag yourself out of bed, pour the coffee, and push through the morning on willpower alone. And somewhere inside, you promise yourself that tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow comes, and you feel the same heavy body, the same foggy mind, the same exhaustion. Day after day, your one and only life is quietly slipping by while you are too drained to live it. Here is what almost nobody will tell you. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are simply wasting your energy every single day in ways you cannot even see. And that changes everything. Because energy you are wasting is energy you can get back. So, stay with me. By the end of this video, you will understand why you feel so tired even when you do nothing. You will see the hidden leaks that drain you. And you will know the simple path back to feeling truly alive. If you want to feel strong, clear, and full of energy again, stay with me to the end. Let us begin. You are not lazy. Your body is just drained. Let me start by destroying the lie that ruins so many lives. The belief that you are lazy. Maybe you know this feeling. You wake up and you truly want to work hard. You want to study, build something, change your life. But the moment you sit down, your eyes feel heavy and your mind turns to fog, so you reach for your phone instead. And then the guilt arrives. It whispers that you are weak, that you lack willpower, that something is wrong with you. Stop right there. That belief is not just wrong. It is poisoning your progress. Here is the truth nobody explains. Motivation lives in your mind, but action lives in your body. These are two different things. You can have a head full of motivation. But if your body is running on empty, your body wins every time. An empty battery enters survival mode. And in survival mode, it refuses to spend its last drop of energy on your dreams. It only craves sugar, comfort, and the easy path. This is not a character flaw. This is your body crying for help. Think about a man named Mark. Mark had a desk job and a dream of building his own business at night. Every evening he sat down full of plans. And every evening he ended up scrolling, exhausted, hating himself a little more. He called himself lazy for 2 whole years. Then he finally fixed his sleep and started walking each morning. Within a month, the same man who could not write one paragraph was building his business after work. He was never lazy. He was drained. You might be exactly like Mark right now. So hear me clearly. You are not lazy. You are running on empty. Stop whipping a tired horse and expecting it to run. Fill the tank first. Build a rested, capable body. And watch how your motivation suddenly becomes simple and natural. The laziness you hate will burn off like fog in the morning sun. And a stronger version of you will quietly step forward. Let me say it one more way, because this matters. Imagine two people with the same dream. The first one is well-rested, well-fed, and moves every day. The second one is exhausted, runs on coffee, and sleeps 4 hours. Now give them both the exact same goal. The first one will look disciplined, the second one will look lazy. But they are not different in character. They are different in capacity. Willpower is not the deciding factor. Energy is. So before you judge yourself for what you failed to do, ask a kinder question. Was I ever given the energy to do it? Fix that first and watch how much of your so-called laziness simply disappears. The invisible leaks that drain your day. Have you ever sat at a desk all day, lifted nothing, walked nowhere, and still felt completely destroyed by evening? It makes no sense at first. You did nothing physical. So why are you so tired? Because energy does not only disappear through hard work, it disappears through quiet, invisible leaks. And most people never notice them. The heaviest leak is mental stress. When you worry, your body does not stay calm. Your muscles tighten. Your jaw clenches. Your shoulders climb toward your ears. Your breathing turns shallow and short. You are sitting perfectly still, but inside, you are running a marathon. Worrying can burn as much energy as real exercise. This is why a day of stress leaves you more tired than a day of work. Then come the modern leaks. Notifications, bright screens, and endless alerts keep your nervous system on a high alert all day. Your brain never gets a moment of true rest. And here is one almost nobody talks about. Unfinished tasks. Every open task sits in the back of your mind and quietly drains you. 10 unfinished tasks feel like 10 small weights you carry everywhere. Picture your own afternoon for a moment. A dozen unfinished little tasks floating in your head. A dozen open tabs on your screen. A habit of saying yes to everyone who asks. You are leaking energy from every direction, and you blame the work itself. But the work is not the problem. The leaks are. Close the open loops. Finish the small things or let them go. Learn to say no. Do that, and the afternoon exhaustion you thought was normal will simply lift. So look honestly at your own day. Where is your energy quietly draining away? Seal the leaks. Close the open loops. Stop wasting your fire on things that do not matter. Protect your energy like the treasure it is. And watch how much of it was there all along. There is one more leak worth naming because it hits everyone. Decision fatigue. Every small choice you make spends a little energy. What to wear, what to eat, what to reply. By noon, your mind has made 1,000 tiny decisions, and it is already tired before the real work begins. This is why simple routines are so powerful. They remove 100 small choices and save your energy for what actually matters. So build a few simple habits you never have to think about. Wear similar clothes. Eat similar breakfasts. Decide the night before. The fewer decisions you waste your energy on, the more energy you keep for your life. Moving your body creates more energy. Now let me correct one of the most damaging mistakes you can make. The belief that you should only exercise when you have energy. It sounds logical. You feel tired, so you wait to feel strong before you move. But you wait, and the energy never comes. Here is why. Your body does not work like a phone. A phone loses power when you use it. Your body is the opposite. In biology, usage builds capacity. Energy creates energy, and stillness creates decay. When you stay still too long, your heart grows weaker, your muscles shrink, and your body decides it no longer needs to make much energy, so it lowers the supply. The more you rest, the weaker you feel. The weaker you feel, the more you rest. It is a downward spiral, and it traps millions of people. But a simple walk breaks the spiral. Fresh oxygen rushes into your lungs. Your blood begins to flow with life. carrying fuel to your brain and clearing the fog. You do not lose energy by moving. You unlock hidden energy that was sleeping inside your cells. Let me tell you about James. James worked from home and felt so drained that he stopped exercising completely. He thought rest would heal him. Instead, he felt worse every week. One day, he made a tiny promise. Just a 10-minute walk after lunch, nothing more. The first walk felt pointless. But by the second week, his afternoon fog was gone. By the second month, he had energy he had not felt in years. He did not find that energy by resting. He found it by moving. So do not wait to feel energetic before you move. Move first and let the energy follow. Stand up right now and take a few steps. Your body is not asking you to rest. It is begging you to move. And let me take the pressure off you right now. You do not need a gym. You do not need to run until you cannot breathe. In fact, gentle movement is often better for your energy than punishing exercise. A slow walk. A few stretches, standing up every hour. These small movements pump blood, feed your brain, and wake up your body without draining it. The goal is not to exhaust yourself. The goal is to keep your engine running. So forget the all or nothing thinking. A little movement done often beats a heroic workout you dread and skip. A tired body cannot hold a peaceful mind. Maybe you struggle with constant anxiety, irritation, or moods that swing without warning. Let me offer you a different explanation than the one you have heard. Your problem may not be your mind at all. It may be your tired body. Here is something most advice misses. Staying calm is not free. It costs real energy. Staying patient, staying kind, holding your temper. All of it runs on fuel. When your energy is gone, the calm and thoughtful part of your brain quietly shuts down because it is expensive to run. And the old, fearful, reactive part takes over because it costs almost nothing. This is why a tired person snaps over tiny things. A small mistake feels like a disaster. A gentle comment feels like an attack. A simple deadline feels like a hungry predator. A tired body literally sees the world as more dangerous than it is. And it floods you with stress to match. There was a woman named Anna who believed she had an anger problem. She read every book on patience and calm, and still she exploded at her family almost every night. Then she found the real pattern. Her worst moments always came when she was short on sleep and had skipped meals. When she finally protected her sleep and ate properly, the anger she had fought for years quietly faded. She did not fix her mind first. She fixed her body, and her mind followed. So if your emotions feel out of control, do not only look inside your head, look at your sleep. Look at your food. Look at your rest. High energy is the shield that protects your peace. When you are strong, the same problems suddenly look smaller, and you meet them with a steady heart. Build a rested body, and you build the home where a calm mind can finally live. The dangerous trap of false rest. Let me ask you something. After a long week, how do you actually rest? If you are like most people, you wait for the weekend and then you collapse. You stay in bed until noon. You scroll for hours. You binge shows, eat fast food, and tell yourself you are finally recovering. But here's the painful part. On Monday, you feel even heavier than before. So what went wrong? You rested. You did nothing. Why are you not recharged? Because there are two kinds of rest, and almost nobody knows the difference. True rest restores your energy. False rest drains it while pretending to help. And most of what we call relaxing today is false rest. Digital stimulation is the biggest trap of all. When you scroll and binge, your eyes are working hard. Your brain is processing endless information. Your nervous system is running at full speed. The flashing lights and constant noise burn your mental fuel. You are not resting. You are draining yourself lying down. Take Tom. Every weekend, Tom binged shows and games for 2 full days, then wondered why Mondays crushed him. He thought he just hated his job. Then he tried something different. One weekend, he kept a normal sleep schedule, walked among trees, and put his phone away for a few hours. For the first time in years, he woke on Monday feeling light. The weekend had not been shorter. It had simply been real rest. So learn to tell the difference. After any activity, ask yourself one honest question. Do I feel lighter or heavier? True rest leaves you lighter every time. Choose the rest that truly restores you. And stop escaping into the rest that quietly drains you dry. So what does true rest actually look like? It is simpler than you think. A walk with no phone in your hand. A quiet cup of tea while you look out a window. Time with someone who makes you laugh. A nap when your body asks for one. Sitting in nature and doing nothing at all. These things may feel too plain to matter, but they let your nervous system finally power down and repair. Real rest is rarely loud or exciting. It is quiet, gentle, and almost boring. And that is exactly why it works. Bad fuel cannot build good energy. You would never put cheap, dirty fuel into an expensive car and expect it to perform. Yet this is exactly what most people do to their bodies every day. They drink heavy coffee to force themselves awake. They eat processed food full of chemicals their cells cannot use. They treat food as a small detail, something to handle quickly between tasks. But food is not a small detail. Food quality decides your focus, your mood, and your energy. Take sugar. When you eat something sugary, you get a quick, beautiful burst of energy. For a few minutes, you feel awake and alive. Then your blood sugar crashes hard. Your brain turns foggy and desperate. And it screams for more sugar to survive. You eat more, you crash again, and the cycle repeats all day. This roller coaster is exhausting, and most people ride it without ever noticing. Then there is dehydration, the silent thief. Most people walk through the day slightly dehydrated and have no idea. When you lack water, your blood becomes thicker. Your heart has to work harder to pump it, and the whole system strains. The result is tiredness you cannot explain. In fact, that afternoon fog you fight with coffee is very often just a cry for water. Try this simple experiment for 1 week. Every time you reach for coffee in the afternoon, drink a full glass of water first. Then wait 10 minutes. Half the time, you will find you did not even want the coffee. The fog lifts on its own. Most people who try this discover something humbling. They were never tired in those moments. They were thirsty and had been for months. So treat your body like the high-performance machine it is. Drink water all day long. Feed yourself real food that comes from the earth, not from a factory. Your body builds every cell out of what you give it. Feed it well, and it will hand you back energy you forgot you could feel. But there is one fuel so common, so trusted, that almost no one questions it. And it may be the biggest energy thief of all, the great illusion of caffeine. Let us talk about the most beloved drug in the world, the one sitting in almost everyone's hand each morning: coffee. Most people believe coffee gives them energy. They treat it as a harmless helper that creates productivity out of nothing. But I need you to understand something that will change how you see your morning cup forever. Caffeine does not give you energy. It cannot. Creating energy out of nothing is impossible. What caffeine really does is borrow energy from your future, and it charges painful interest. Here is how it works inside your head. All day long, your brain builds up a chemical that makes you sleepy. As it rises, it sends a clear, honest message. You are getting tired. It is time to rest. This is your body being truthful with you. Caffeine sneaks in and blocks the doors where that chemical lands. The tired signal cannot get through. So you stop feeling tired, even though your brain is still floating in a sea of real exhaustion. You feel a false burst of energy. But the tiredness has not gone anywhere. It is piling up behind those blocked doors, waiting. And when the caffeine wears off, all of that hidden exhaustion crashes down at once. So you reach for another cup. And the cycle spins faster until you are a slave to the very thing you thought was helping you. Consider Kevin, who drank 6 cups of coffee a day and was proud of it. He called coffee his fuel, but he was anxious, he slept badly, and he crashed every afternoon. When he slowly cut back and fixed his sleep instead, something strange happened. After 2 hard weeks, he woke up truly rested for the first time in years, with steady energy that needed no rescue. The coffee had never given him energy. It had only hidden how tired he really was. I am not telling you to quit coffee forever. Enjoy it. But never use it to replace real rest. Build your energy from the inside through sleep, food, and movement. And let caffeine become a small pleasure, not a desperate crutch. Here is a simple test you can run on yourself. For 1 week, push your first cup of coffee back by 90 minutes after you wake up. In those first 90 minutes, that sleepy chemical naturally clears on its own. If you drink coffee too early, you wasted fighting a battle your body had almost won. Most people who try this notice something surprising. Their morning fog was never about needing caffeine. It was about not giving their body a chance to wake up first. Small change, big difference. The hidden cost of bad posture. Right now, as you listen, notice how you are sitting. Are your shoulders rounded forward? Is your head dropping toward a screen? Is your chest caved inward? If so, you are quietly draining your own energy, and you cannot even feel it happening. Most people think posture is only about looking good, but bad posture is a massive hidden drain. When your body folds forward, your muscles must fight gravity all day to hold that collapsed frame. A head that drops forward becomes far heavier. It pulls on your neck and shoulders without a single moment of rest. By afternoon, you are exhausted from pure muscle tension. And you blame your work when the real thief was your posture. But there is a deeper problem hiding here. A collapsed posture crushes your breathing. When you slump, your rib cage is squeezed and your lungs cannot fully open. So you take small, shallow sips of air all day instead of full, deep breaths. And here is why that matters. Your brain runs on oxygen. Starve it of oxygen, and it grows dim, slow, and foggy. You may have lived with this for years without knowing the cause. You sit hunched over a laptop. By early afternoon, you feel strangely drained and you assume it is normal. But your slumped posture has been quietly choking your own breathing the whole time. The fix costs nothing. Sit tall. Breathe deep into your belly. Do it for a few days, and the afternoon fog you accepted as part of life will begin to lift. Nothing about your work has to change, only the way you hold your body. So sit tall right now. Pull your shoulders gently back and down. Lift your head and open your chest. Take a slow, deep breath all the way into your belly. A straight spine clears the path of your nervous system and sends fresh energy into your arms and legs. Your posture is the frame of your power. So hold yourself like someone with somewhere important to be. The golden law of deep sleep. We live in a world that treats sleep like a weakness. People brag about sleeping 4 hours. They wear their exhaustion like a badge of honor and call sleep a waste of time. But I will tell you plainly, this mindset is slow self-destruction, and it quietly steals years from your life. Sleep is not the absence of productivity. Sleep is the foundation that makes everything else possible. It is the only time your body truly repairs itself. During deep sleep, your brain runs a cleaning process that washes away toxic waste. Your stress hormones reset back towards zero. Skip it, and you start each day already damaged, piling fresh stress on old wounds. Poor sleep does not only make you tired, it damages your emotional control. It clouds your judgment, and it pushes your brain toward impulsive, costly mistakes. A sleep-starved mind cannot think clearly, no matter how hard it tries. I once knew a hard worker named Daniel who treated sleep as optional, living on 5 hours and endless coffee. He was proud of his grind, but he was irritable, forgetful, and always getting sick. One month, he committed to a real experiment. 8 hours every night, no exceptions. By the third week, he barely recognized himself. His focus was sharp. His mood was steady, and he was getting more done in less time. He had not become smarter. He had finally let his brain repair itself. So protect your sleep like a sacred ritual. Turn off your screens an hour before bed and let your mind slow down. The hours before midnight are the most valuable, because that is when your deepest, most healing sleep happens. That is when your body rebuilds your energy for the day ahead. Never steal from your sleep to do more work. The work will only suffer for it. Make sleep the king of your habits, and a rested mind will carry you further than any amount of coffee ever could. And do not believe the lie that you can catch up on the weekend. Sleep does not work like a bank where you borrow on Monday and repay on Saturday. When you lose sleep during the week, the damage is already done to your focus, your mood, and your decisions. Sleeping 12 hours on Sunday cannot undo it. The only real strategy is steady, regular sleep, night after night. Boring, perhaps, but the most powerful things usually are. Small habits beat heroic effort. When people finally see how low their energy has fallen, they usually do the worst possible thing. They panic and try to fix everything at once. They throw out every bad habit, sign up for an extreme program, and promise to transform their whole life starting tomorrow. You probably know how that story ends. Their tired body cannot handle the shock. Their willpower runs dry within days, and they quit, feeling like a failure all over again. This is the trap of trying to build energy through one explosion of effort. Here is the truth that changes everything. Great energy is never built in a single dramatic push. It is built through small, ordinary actions repeated over time. Think of a single drop of water. One drop seems powerless against solid stone. But a drop falling for 1,000 years carves deep canyons through rock. Your small daily habits are exactly like that drop. One 10-minute walk will not transform you today. One glass of water will not clear your fog forever. One good night of sleep will not change your life. The change is too small to notice on any single day. But repeated for weeks and months, these tiny actions stack into something enormous. Here is what happened to a woman named Grace. She was overwhelmed and exhausted, and she had failed at every extreme plan she ever tried. So this time, she chose just one tiny habit. One short walk after dinner, nothing more. It felt almost too easy to matter. But she did it every single day. After 3 months, she added one more small habit, then another. By the end of the year, the woman who could barely climb stairs was hiking on weekends. She never made one giant change. She simply let small drops fall, day after day. So do not chase an overnight transformation. Choose one small habit you can actually keep and do it every day until it becomes automatic. Then add another. Trust the quiet process. On day 90, you will wake up in a body you barely recognize. And the heavy weight you carried for so long will simply be gone. There is a deeper reason small habits win. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you change who you believe you are. Each tiny action is a quiet vote. Take that short walk and you cast a vote for the person who takes care of themselves. Skip it and you vote the other way. After enough votes, your identity shifts. You stop being someone who is trying to have energy. You become someone who simply does. And once it becomes who you are, you no longer need willpower to keep going. Ignoring pain is not strength. Many people believe pain is a sign of weakness, something to silence and push through. They swallow painkillers, ignore their aching bodies, and keep grinding. They treat their body like a slave that exists only to obey. But I want you to see pain in a completely different way. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is an intelligent warning. It is your body trying to protect you. When you ignore that warning, you turn small, temporary problems into large, permanent damage. A minor ache you push through becomes a serious injury. Coffee and willpower only switch off the alarm, but the fire keeps burning inside your tissues while you feel nothing. And if you push through deep exhaustion long enough, you reach total burnout, the kind that takes months or even years to recover from. There is a cruel irony here. Overworking does not even make you more productive. A tired brain works slowly and makes constant mistakes. A task that should take 30 minutes stretches into 3 painful hours of foggy, low-quality work. You sit there for ages and produce almost nothing. You confuse being busy with being useful. You have probably done this yourself. You wear your exhaustion like a medal. You work long days and ignore the headaches, the tight shoulders, the heaviness behind your eyes. You tell yourself you will rest after the next big thing. But the next big thing never ends. And one day your body forces the rest on you on its own terms. What you could have fixed with an afternoon of rest now takes weeks to undo. Ignoring pain is not strength. It is a debt, and it always comes due with interest. So listen to the first whispers of pain, long before they become screams. Take short breaks early and rest before your body forces you to. Remember that lasting the distance, not pushing the hardest, is the real secret of every great achiever. The race is not won by the one who sprints hardest. It is won by the one who keeps going. So pace yourself, listen to your body, and you will never have to hear it scream. The people who drain your battery. Here is a source of exhaustion almost nobody connects to their energy. The people around you. Your energy is shaped powerfully by your social circle, yet most people never even consider it. You have felt this, even if you never named it. You spend an hour with a certain person, listening to endless complaints and drama. And afterward, you feel heavy and empty as if something was drained out of you. That feeling is real. Emotional exhaustion creates instant physical fatigue because your nervous system mirrors the people around you. A negative environment floods you with the same stress as real danger. Your relationships either charge your battery or drain it, and there is no neutral. Some people leave you feeling alive and lighter. Others leave you feeling dead on your feet. The tragedy is that many people lose their health simply because they cannot say no. They keep absorbing everyone else's emotional garbage until there is nothing left for themselves. Take Maria. She could not understand why she felt drained every day because she ate well and slept enough. Then she noticed the pattern. Her energy always collapsed after long calls with one particular friend who unloaded every problem onto her. Maria was not weak. She was carrying another person's weight every day. When she gently set limits on those calls, her energy returned within a week. Nothing else had changed but the company she kept. So pay attention to how you feel after each person you spend time with. Did they lift you or drain you? You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to say no, kindly but firmly. Choose people who bring you peace. Guard your circle with care, and watch how much energy was being quietly stolen all along. The voice inside your head. There is one more hidden drain on your energy, and it hides in the most unexpected place. Inside your own head. It is the voice you use to talk to yourself, the running commentary that never stops. And for many people, that voice is brutal. Maybe you know it. You wake up and the first thing your mind says is something dark. I am so tired. Today is going to be terrible. I never have any energy. You may think these are harmless thoughts. They are not. Your body is listening to every word, and it does not know the words are unkind. It simply obeys them. Negative words are commands to your body. They tell it to give up before you even begin. They lower your energy and tighten your muscles. Constant complaining multiplies the tiredness in your nerves. And harsh self-criticism burns through the very battery you are trying to protect. You cannot hate yourself into having more energy. Notice how you talk to yourself first thing in the morning. For many people, it is a silent storm of criticism. Lazy, useless. Behind already. The words land before your feet even hit the floor, and by 9 in the morning you are drained. So try something that feels awkward at first. Speak to yourself with kindness instead. I am capable. Today holds good things. My body is doing its best. Do it for a few weeks, and mornings that once felt like dread begin to feel lighter. The words had been weighing you down all along. So catch the voice in your head, especially first thing in the morning. When it speaks defeat, gently replace it with words of strength. Your mind should be a coach, not a cruel judge. Speak to your tired body the way you would encourage a friend. Kindness and gratitude create a real physical calm that lowers the daily cost of simply being you. Speak to yourself with respect and watch your hidden energy rise to meet your words. Work with your rhythms, not against them. Most people live as if they are machines. They expect the same high output from themselves every single day. And when they slow down, they feel like failures. But you are not a machine. You are part of nature, and nature does not run at full speed forever. Nature moves in rhythms and seasons. Your body follows the same ancient laws as everything alive. There is a time to grow and a time to rest, a time to push and a time to recover. Your energy naturally rises and falls, not only through the day but across weeks and months. Some days you wake full of fire. Other days you wake quiet and slow. This is not failure. This is design. When you try to force 100% output every day, you are fighting your own nature. And eventually, something breaks. High energy does not mean running at full power constantly. It means riding the waves of your energy without breaking against them. During heavy seasons of life, grief, stress, big change, your energy will naturally drop. That is your body wisely sending fuel toward healing. Most people push at maximum intensity every day, ignoring the natural dips, and then cannot understand why they burn out every few months. So learn to read your own energy like weather. On your high days when the fire is there, tackle your hardest, most important work. On your low days, do not force it. Shift to the gentle, simple tasks instead. When you stop fighting your own seasons, you stop breaking down. You bend with the wind instead of snapping against it. So learn to read your energy each day. Do your hardest, most important work when your energy is high. Switch to gentle, protective tasks when it dips. A tree does not bloom in winter, and it does not hate itself for resting. It protects its roots so it can bloom in spring. Honor your seasons, flow with your rhythm, and you will last for many strong years. Your habits are a mirror of your self-respect. Let me ask you a hard question. Why do so many people destroy their own health? Why do they trade their energy for so little? The answer is usually short-term thinking. They want quick money, fast results, instant approval. And they burn their own bodies as fuel for temporary desires. But here's a truth worth carrying with you. Protecting your energy is the highest form of self-respect. Every healthy choice is a quiet statement that you value your future. When you sleep early, you are telling yourself that tomorrow matters. When you drink clean water and eat real food, you are saying your body deserves care, not punishment. Your daily habits are a mirror, and they reflect exactly how much you truly value yourself. Trading your health for wealth is one of the oldest illusions there is. You cannot enjoy any amount of money from a sickbed. A ruined back and exhausted nerves cannot be bought back at any price. Success at 40 means nothing if you arrive there broken and ill. Real success is reaching your destination with your health and your energy intact. Consider Diana, who sacrificed everything for her career. She skipped sleep, lived on junk, and ignored every warning sign for a decade. She got the promotion and the money. She also got a body so worn down that she could not enjoy any of it. Lying awake one night, she realized she had won the prize and lost the prize winner. She slowly rebuilt her health, and she often says she wishes she had respected her body 20 years sooner. So treat your body like something sacred and honor it with your daily choices. Brilliant people who burn bright and flame out are everywhere. True winners build a steady pace that lasts for decades. Picture the person you will be in 20 years. Every healthy choice today is an act of love toward them. Respect yourself enough to protect your power, and your future self will thank you with every strong, vibrant day. Recharge your body with the world around you. Here is something almost everyone overlooks: the basic environment your body lives in. We have built ourselves perfect, comfortable bubbles, flipping on the heat or the air the moment we feel the slightest discomfort. It feels wonderful. But this constant comfort is quietly weakening your engine. Your body has its own system for handling temperature. But like any system, it grows lazy when it is never used. A little variation actually trains your body and keeps it strong. Stepping out into crisp, cold air wakes up your whole system in a healthy way. A body that never feels a real change in temperature slowly loses one of its natural skills. There is another hidden factor, too: the air itself. We spend our days in sealed rooms where the air goes stale and fresh oxygen disappears. This stale air directly causes sleepiness and poor focus, and most people have no idea. You feel dull in a stuffy room because your brain is literally starving for clean air. Maybe you spend your whole day in the sealed room feeling foggy and half asleep by mid-afternoon, and you blame your workload. Try the smallest possible fix. Open a window for 10 minutes each hour. Step outside on your breaks and breathe real air. The change can be shocking. The fog that defined your afternoons for years can begin to clear from nothing more than fresh air and a little movement. So do not seal yourself away from the living world. Open your windows and let fresh air flush your lungs and your mind. Step outside and feel the real air on your skin. If you can, stand barefoot on real grass sometimes and let your body release its tension into the earth. You are a creature of this planet, not of a sealed box. Reconnect with the air, the ground, and the seasons, and let nature recharge the energy that comfort has been draining. There is one more piece of your environment that controls your energy more than almost anything: light. Your body reads light to know when to be awake and when to rest. In the morning, bright natural light tells your brain to wake fully and feel alert. At night, the blue light from screens tells your brain it is still daytime, and it delays your sleep for hours. So flood your mornings with real daylight. Step outside soon after you wake, even for a few minutes, and dim the lights at night. Work with your body's ancient clock instead of fighting it, and your energy will rise on its own. The power of tiny recoveries. Most people imagine that real recovery requires a 2-week vacation somewhere far away. So they push themselves to the edge for months, waiting for that distant escape. But here is the problem: you cannot erase months of damage in a single trip. The exhaustion is simply too deep for one vacation to fix. True energy is not maintained by rare dramatic escapes. It is maintained by tiny recoveries woven through your ordinary day. Resting before you break is 10 times more powerful than resting after. You would never drive a car at full speed until the engine catches fire and call that a plan. Yet that is how most people treat their bodies. When you run on nonstop stress, the stress hormones never get a chance to clear. They stack higher and higher, locking your body in constant alarm. But a short pause every hour or so resets that baseline before it spirals. It does not need to be long. It only needs to be real. If you work in long marathon sessions, refusing to stop until the task is done, you probably crash hard every afternoon. You may think breaks are for the undisciplined. They are the opposite. Try this. Every hour, stand up. Step away from your screen. Look out the window at something far away. Take 5 slow breaths. The afternoon crash that has haunted you for years can simply fade. You will get more done by stopping more often. So stop waiting for a grand escape to save you. Build recovery into the cracks of your day. Every hour, stand and step away from your screen. Look at something far away to relax your eyes. Take a few slow, deep breaths into your belly. Shake the tension out of your body. A short pause clears the fog and resets your whole system. Master these small moments, and you will never again reach the breaking point that forces you to stop. The silent tax of noise. We live in an astonishingly loud world, and we have forgotten what real silence feels like. Traffic, construction, background music, the television we leave running for company. Sound fills every corner of modern life, and we rarely sit in true quiet. But all of this noise carries a heavy tax that you are paying without knowing it. Here is why. Your brain cannot simply switch off its defenses. Even when you are not paying attention, hidden parts of your mind are analyzing every background sound, scanning constantly for danger. Each sound triggers a tiny release of adrenaline to keep you alert. And this never-ending calculation drains your energy, drop by drop, all day long. Even blasting loud music to pump yourself up can quietly backfire. It forces your body into an artificial high-alert state, frying your nerves and emptying your reserves. Meanwhile, true silence is not empty or boring at all. Silence is a powerful kind of nourishment. Studies have even found that quiet helps the brain build new healthy cells for memory and learning. Silence is the sound of deep healing. Maybe you always have something playing. The television, a podcast, music filling every silent moment, because quiet makes you a little uneasy, and you feel frazzled and drained without understanding why. So try taking just 10 minutes of complete silence each day. At first, it will feel strange, even uncomfortable. But within a couple of weeks, those quiet minutes can become the most restful part of your day, and the low hum of tension you have carried for years will begin to fade. So give yourself the gift of silence. Turn off the background noise you leave running out of habit. Protect your ears from constant loud stimulation. Seek out a few minutes of true quiet each day and let your overworked nervous system finally settle. In that silence, your brain repairs itself, and your energy quietly rises from the calm. This is the one that changes everything. Of everything we have talked about, this last lesson holds them all together. Because the space around you shapes your energy more than you realize. And clutter is a silent, constant drain. Here is what is actually happening. Every object in your view quietly demands a small piece of your attention. A messy space registers in your brain as a pile of unfinished problems, and that triggers a subtle, non-stop trickle of stress. You may not feel it consciously, but the cluttered room keeps your nervous system slightly tense all day, draining your peace one drop at a time. There is an even more damaging mistake most people make. They blend their work and rest spaces together. When you work on your laptop in bed, you confuse your nervous system completely because your brain links places with feelings. Your bed, which should mean only rest, becomes tied to stress and pressure. And then you wonder why you cannot fall asleep at night. Mixing your zones quietly sabotages both your work and your rest. Picture a man named George. He worked from his bed, ate at his desk, and let clutter pile up everywhere. Then he could not understand why he felt restless all day and slept badly all night. Then he finally gave each space one clear purpose. His bedroom became a place for sleep only. His workspace stayed clean and well lit. Within days, both his focus and his sleep transformed. His energy had been leaking into the chaos all along. So take control of your space. Keep your bedroom sacred for rest only, with the screens and the work removed. Keep your workspace clean, well lit, and clear. Add a few green plants to calm your nervous system. Surround yourself with simple, natural things that soothe your eyes. Build spaces that give you energy instead of stealing it. And your energy will quietly rise to fill them. Protect your energy and protect your life. So here we are, at the end of our journey together. And it all comes down to a single simple choice that you make every day. Think of it this way. Your body is the only vehicle you will ever own for this whole life. So what kind of vehicle do you want to drive? A broken down car that runs out of fuel constantly and falls apart in every storm? Or a powerful, well-kept machine that can climb mountains and cross deserts and carry you anywhere your dreams demand? You do not choose with one grand decision. You choose with the small habits you repeat, day after day. Everything we have covered points to one truth. Your big dreams deserve a strong body to carry them. And here is the most hopeful part of all. Your body is intelligent and deeply forgiving. The moment you start treating it with respect, it begins to rebuild itself faster than you would believe. It has been waiting patiently for you to simply decide. So do not try to remember every lesson at once. Choose the one that hit you hardest and start there today with one small action. Tomorrow you can choose another. Slowly, these small choices become your habits. Your habits become your energy. And your energy becomes a different life. And if you take just one thing from this entire video, let it be this. You were never lazy. You were never broken. You were only running on empty. The moment you stop wasting your energy is the moment your real life begins. You can start right now. Stand up and stretch your arms wide. Feel your body wake and breathe. Drink a full glass of clean water and give your machine the gift it needs. Tonight, turn away from the false light of the screen and choose real rest instead. These gentle pauses, repeated daily, build a future that nothing can shake. So take care of your body, protect your energy, and keep going because your strongest, most vibrant days are not behind you. They are still ahead. Begin today and never look back. If this helped you, give it a like. Share it with someone who is always tired and subscribe for more. Keep building, keep resting, keep believing in yourself. And I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a wonderful day.